All right, people. So I posted a momentum kind of overview, a quick explanation of what it is in the equation. But I also wanted to show you just a few problems. We've worked through some of these already. But here's how we solve for momentum. This is another three-variable equation that will be given to you on your test. But we also have to understand that this three-variable equation could be used to solve for mass. It could also be used to solve for velocity. You've seen mass and velocity in other equations. This is just another one that could be used or manipulated to solve for any of these three variables. So get comfortable with it, okay? Just to show you what it would look like if we wanted to solve for mass. This is the solve for momentum. To get mass all by itself, we would have to use division to undo that multiplication and get velocity to the other side, okay? Velocity over here over velocity could be canceled. And so if we want to solve for mass using this equation, it would be our momentum divided by velocity. Okay? The same equation could be rearranged to solve for velocity. Let's go ahead and reset this. The original equation right there. If we want to get velocity all by itself, same basic concept, use division to undo that multiplication and divide by your mass. Equal sign says we have to do it to both sides. And so m over m, we can cancel. That's a fancy way of writing 1, right? We can get rid of that. And so velocity is equal to momentum divided by mass. So using the momentum equation in any one of its three forms, you could be asked to solve for momentum, you could be asked to solve for mass, or you could asked to solve for velocity, right? So the momentum of an object is just the product of its mass and its velocity when you multiply those together, right? So here's a quick example of that. If we wanted to know the momentum of a bowling ball, we only have to know two things. We have to know the mass of the bowling ball, and we have to know how fast it's going. So let's go ahead and say we have a 5 kilogram bowling ball. So our mass is 5 kilograms. And let's say that that bowling ball is moving 7 meters per second. All right? So our velocity is 7 meters per second. If we ask you to solve for momentum, you have to be given the mass and you have to be given the velocity, right? In a three-variable equation, you have to be given two of the things so that you can solve for that one unknown that you don't know. Okay? So let's plug these in. We know the mass. It's right here. And we have a velocity that we can plug in right there. So to solve for momentum, we plug and chug. Okay? No mystery to it. We have a 5 kilogram bowling ball, and it needs to be multiplied by its velocity of 7 meters per second. And so when we multiply those together, we get a momentum of 35, right? Now, in every video I've ever made in the history of videos, right, I'm always asking students to make sure that they label their answer. 35 what, right? What are the units we use to describe momentum? If you don't know, go back to the equation and you multiply the numbers. Now just multiply the units and see what it comes out to be. So we multiplied kilograms by meters per second. And as it turns out, nothing cancels, nothing simplifies, and we haven't assigned kilograms times meters per second as any other thing like a Newton, right? And so that's it. Those are the units of momentum, kilograms times meters per second. So your answer here for this bowling ball is 35 kilograms times meters per second. All right? If you need more practice, if you need more reps, come and see me.